Hey, I'm heading into the vegetable garden here at Filoli. Remember I visited Filoli a couple of months back when the wisteria were absolutely unbelievable? Well, I figured I'd come back and see what it's doing at the very end of August. And wow, it is absolutely amazing. Right now I'm in the veggie garden by a massive pumpkin, and there's more pumpkins hidden away. There's African blue basil making fabulous fragrances here. And it is really pretty incredible. So what I wanted to see was, what is it doing? Really wanted to check out the rose garden because they hadn't even started blooming last time I was here, and they've got over 400 different kinds of roses. So I want to go check those out. But on my way to the rose garden and on my way to the veggie garden, I saw one other area that I really have to see. I'm going to bring you along with me. So watch this video. If you don't know me already, I'm Fanula. I live, work, and garden in Zone 9B up in Petaluma, Northern California. Fabulous place to garden. I believe it's the best climate in the world, but this one's pretty amazing, producing incredible veggies, incredible flowers, incredible roses, and more. So follow along as we take a little trip through Filoli here at the end of August. Before we go any further, I just want to show you how popular the African blue basil is with honeybees. It is totally covered with honeybees right now, and the fragrance is amazing. African blue basil is one of those almost perennial basils. They keep coming back in my garden, and the fragrance is incredible. It's a great pollinator plant, but of course you can also use it for cooking. But I'm not even touching it, and I can smell it from here. Anyway, we're gonna go look at the roses. Come on. The rose garden here is really, really delightful this time of year. And we've just come through a pretty hot summer, and I know it's way hotter down here than it is up in Petaluma, and yet it is gorgeous. This one is Secret, which has such pretty buds, and then it opens up to such a lovely rose. But I really like this one. This is a David Austin rose that I am very fond of, because the petals are just like all frizzly and ruffly. The fragrance is incredible. It's as snow white as any of the David Austin rose white roses can be. There's like not a trace of pink on it. And it is super fragrant. Barely even looks like a rose. I mean, look at this. But the fragrance is amazing. I know this has got to be another David Austin rose. I just can't find the name on it. But look at that cupped form. Look at that. It's quite incredible. Almost matches my nails. Really, really pretty. I had to stop at this one. This is extraordinary. It looks like a hybrid tea, but it's got to be like 10 feet tall or something. It can't be a climber. Royal Dane is what it's called. I'm going to look it up a little bit later. But it's kind of astonishing, and talk about bloom filled. But this is what's really caught my eye today. I did come for the roses, but right behind the roses are the dahlias, and wow, they're in full force right now. There's no mystery as to what they look like when they're in bloom. It's an amazing time to visit, and I'm like a kid in the candy store right this minute. So hard to know where to start, what's my favorite. I'm really partial to the pom-pom dahlias and the little ones, but these big giant dinner plates, they're kind of astonishing. I think that's where I'm going to start. Okay, look at this. This one is called Big Mary, and she is enormous. Look at the size of the blooms. Look at the color of the blooms. Look how many blooms there are and look how tall it is. It's quite incredible. You know, all you would need is one of these blooms in a vase and you've got your arrangement all figured out. This is a color, this color. Love these kind of muddy, indecisive, apricot, peachy pink colors. And that is quite astonishing. I think it's called Crichton honey or citron honey. It's kind of, wow. I don't even care what they're called. These are absolutely amazing. Definitely worth a visit. But let me tell you about dahlias and how easy they are to grow. So just say you're new to the world of dahlias. Right now, we're like end of August. This is what the end result. This is what you're aiming for. This is what you're going for if you're growing a dahlia. And when you start with your dahlia, basically they're bare little tubers in a packet. Now those tubers you're going to find and source either online or at your favorite nursery back in February or March, and that's when you're going to plant them. And this is what you're going to get if you follow a few simple instructions. So yes, I definitely came back to Filoli for the roses, but right now, end of August, the dahlias are in full force and are totally amazing. And I've got yet another obsession, and that's with dahlias. For a really good reason, if you ask me. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is just making me smile. I mean, that is so girly and pretty and frilly and big and incredibly delightful, but there's more. There's a whole bunch more up this way. So yeah, don't leave it too long. I mean, these dahlias at Filoli right now look like they are in full force. Oh, wow. Okay, this might be my favorite. Look at this. Don't leave it too long because there's going to come a time where the dahlias are going to quit blooming. And right now they're looking incredible. This one is called Breakout, which is an odd name. This is astonishing. It deserves a much better name than that. But definitely on my list of dahlias to grow going forward. Okay, it is so hard to pick a favorite, but I've decided not to bother. They are all so amazing in their own right. This is my favorite kind of dahlia though. I mean, all of them are amazing, but there's something about these little ball dahlias, the little pom-poms, that are so astonishing. They're so symmetrical, so round, so cute. And this little dahlia plant, there's so many blooms on it, it's kind of hard to believe that's just one plant. Look at this one. Yeah, but did you see this? Look at this. This is just making me smile. I mean, that is so girly and pretty and frilly and big and incredibly delightful, but there's more. There's a whole bunch more up this way. So yeah, don't leave it too long. I mean, these dahlias at Filoli right now look like they are in full force. Oh, wow. Okay, this might be my favorite. Look at this. Don't leave it too long because there's going to come a time where the dahlias are going to quit blooming. And right now they're looking incredible. This one is called Breakout, which is an odd name. This is astonishing. It deserves a much better name than that. But definitely on my list of dahlias to grow going forward. This is Bracken Rose. This might be my favorite. I don't know. But it's like a giant pom-pom ball rose. The symmetry is incredible. It's got all the colors I love. And Bracken Rose on my list. Just walk with me for a minute and I'll forget about trying to identify everything because this is such an experience. When the flowers are taller than you sometimes and you pretty much have a whole dahlia garden to yourself, it is absolutely heaven. There's a few back here that are just to die for. They're absolutely amazing. Let's talk a little bit about how you grow a dahlia. Just say you have decided after your visit to Filoli that you definitely want to grow dahlias next year. What are you going to need? You need well-draining soil. You need a patch in full sun like this one. And then you're going to plan on regular water. Because look at these plants. Look at the foliage. Really lush, really green, really almost snappy in their lushness and greenery. So they really need regular water. You don't want to skimp on it. They're not succulents. They are not drought tolerant plants. So, and look what you get when you give them that. The other thing you might want to really think about if you have gophers on your property, I had heard that they were gopher resistant, that gophers didn't go for them. Well, my garden is full of gophers. They've been eating the dahlias. So get a gopher cage, plant your dahlias in the gopher cages in your garden, which helps you to pull those tubers out at the end of the season if you're the kind of person that pulls the tubers out at the end of the season. I don't need to in my Zone 9B garden. I just leave them, mark the place where they're growing to make sure I don't try to plant gladiolus bulbs or something over them. And they do great. They absolutely do wonderfully. My soil really drains well. If you've got clay soil, you might want to get them up, get them out, store them over the winter. Cleaning those tubers off really well and packing them in sawdust, storing them in a cool, dry location. A lot of people do that too because they have particular beds in their garden where they want to grow the dahlias at certain times of the year. They want them out of there so that they can then plant ranunculus or some other spring blooming corms or bulbs. So, what else does a dahlia need apart from regular water, nice full sun, good drainage and a gopher cage? If you've got gophers, you want to pick them often to keep them blooming. That's kind of all you need to do. And this is what you're going to get. Look at this. Let me show you what I'm totally blown away by today. You're going to be amazed. Come with me. You got to see this? This one is called Fluffles. I mean, just for its name, I've got to bring it in because that is adorable. But also, look at the symmetry, look at the color, look at the shape, and look how many blooms this one plant is producing. Now, talk about delightful. I don't think you can get more delightful than that. Here's another one that I really like because there's so much going on with the petals. The shape is different. That's another great thing about dahlias, all kinds of different shapes and forms. This one is Miss Brandy. I like it. I really do like it. Not as much as Fluffles over there, but it's definitely a winner. This little one, look at the stripes on it. Oh, so pretty. So what else do you need to know about growing dahlias? I don't know. If you've got any questions, just drop me a comment. Let me know what your favorite dahlia is. I'd love to hear it. I've got some dahlias in my house. I do love them, but I definitely need to add more. And one of the problems is there's so many shapes, so many forms, so many colors. Thank goodness people still put a lot of work into the breeding and the development of new shapes and colors. And if you're at all a plant collector and you haven't grown dahlias before, you're in for such a treat. Would you even guess that this is a dahlia? Look how different it is from all the others that I've shown you today. This is a cutie called Apple Blossom. Much more simple than any of the other really dramatic ones I've shown you, but it's got its own charm, its own beauty. And I gotta tell you, looks like it's just as easy to grow as the other ones. And the bees love it. Like, they pretty much all disappeared when I moved so close. But this open-faced dahlia with the pollen and the nectar so readily available, real favorite with the bees. This little beautiful apple blossom, I just might need to add this one too. Okay, so there you have it, everybody. I hope you really enjoyed this visit to Filoli and the Dahlia garden. I'm blown away. I definitely have my list of what it is I need to bring into my garden this year, but I thoroughly encourage you to get yourselves over here before too much time passes because it is so, so lovely. Yeah, I'm Vanilla. You can normally find me at Cottage Gardens of Petaluma. Quite often I'm in my own garden. If I'm neither one of those, I'm out visiting some other gorgeous garden like today. But if you can't come visit me at Cottage Gardens, you know you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. But what I really, really love is if you drop me a comment, let me know, what was your favorite dahlia I shared with you today? What's the favorite dahlia that you're already growing that you know is an easy beginner dahlia for the newbies out there? Because I want to share it with everybody. There you go, everybody. I will see you next time. In the meantime, I hope you're all having a wonderful week and that you're outside enjoying your own gardens and all the dahlias you've got there. Happy gardening, everybody. Bye-bye.